What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juventus news. All right, Bonucci finally smartens up. Well, a little bit. All right, we got a loan move rejected by a youngster at Juventus, and then the Alcarez move highlights the unknown coming from Giuntoli. All right, which we will discuss, and then a full shift behind the scenes at Juventus on Max Allegri. All right, all that much more. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first. Bonucci has withdrawn his arbitration appeal against Juventus. Great. Nice that you finally woke up, all right, Bonucci, but you're still a dipshit for doing it in the first place, all right? But this is a good move and the right move, okay? Now, Juve and Luis Hassa get closer to renewal. Positive talks coming from Mirko Di Natale, all right? Granada. Tognozzi left Juventus. He was our head scout, went over there to become sporting director. Nonge is the player he brought into Juventus. He was in advanced talks. It was a done deal for the dry loan remainder of the season for the player. The player has rejected the move. Now, this one's got fans on both sides. Some feel, well, it makes sense. Why would you? It's probably better to train with our first team, especially during this type of season where maybe a Scudetto could come out of it, or going to Granada even if you are getting starter minutes. But the other side of it is, it might not put the best foot forward with the club if they've got a deal worked out and then you reject it. I don't know. How do you feel about this one? For me, I think as a player, it's tough to really say because I love Juventus, so I can't separate that from my mind, but I would like to think as a player, minutes would be important in getting those starting minutes, but I could see the allure of sticking around Juventus right now this season with what's going on. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comment section. All right, now we get to a good rumor here. Juventus said to be monitoring closely Calafiore from Bologna and maybe thinking about a move in the summer. I would love this one, okay? So love the rumors about us following Calafiore. Felipe Anderson, those rumors are they're just consistently coming out. But what's crazy and what makes me not buy this is not the fact that we wouldn't get Felipe Anderson, because as a depth move, I could see it. I could understand it. 4 million, okay. But the part I do not believe is the latest rumor saying that it's going to go to 2028. This feels like a move that reeks of previous moves we did on older guys and mediocre players and long-term contracts. I can't see Giuntoli pulling the trigger on this one to 2028. If he comes in, I'm thinking maybe 2 years tops, all right? And Giuntoli is a little bit of an unknown. So when we try to think about what he's going to do, I don't think anybody knows what Giuntoli is going to do. This Alcarez move highlights it. And DiMarzio even spoke about it and saying that Alcarez came out of absolutely nowhere. Giuntoli, this is a move that reminds me of the old days, okay? And very Moji-esque. Look at over here. Look at over here. Bonaventura, all right? We've got Pereira. And then all of a sudden, boom. Alcarez, done deal. So I don't think anybody really knows what Giuntoli is going to do this summer, especially. So all the rumors, you always take them with a grain of salt, but especially now because Giuntoli seems to be an absolute wild card for Juventus. I don't think anybody on the outside has any idea what he's going to do. As for Alcarez, the move, well, there's a lot of layers to it, okay? 49 million euros total deal, however, payable over 3 years, which initially when you hear 49 million, okay, he ain't staying. Payable over 3 years opens that discussion up based on what his performances are going to be like. The loan, very expensive. It could be a maximum of up to 5.8 million euros. However, that also decreases with more appearances. So there's a lot of layers to this thing. We just have to ultimately wait and see what's going to happen. But like I said, the biggest positive out of the whole thing is getting another body and not being in a massive pinch if somebody goes down, all right? But Giuntoli is an absolute unknown, and I like it. The secrecy he dealt with on this one, brilliant, all right? Now, we get to Allegri. Allegri. Apparently, what did I tell you the last words I heard out of Turin were? I said, all I'm hearing is that Juventus is making a crazy push for a midfielder. They are going after a midfielder come hell or high water. All right? I told you that. I told you that they were thinking about bringing somebody in. I didn't name a midfielder, so I have no idea who, but they are trying to bring in a midfielder before the match against Empoli. Everybody jumped to conclusions thinking it's Coop Miners. maybe some Marzic, whatnot, okay? Well, in the end, we can't make moves for those guys. Giuntoli went outside of Italy. But the other piece I heard that I wanted to hang on to and not really share because I wanted to see if anybody was kind of jumping on it. Now today you have 3 sources jumping on it. All 3 of them, not the highest of credibility, okay, but 3 of them. And now I'm waiting for some of these bigger guys to jump on it, but I'm going to throw it out there for you. What I heard at that same time is that behind the scenes, there's been a complete shift on Max Allegri. We heard, and it was largely reported by also very credible people, that there was some confusion about what was going to happen in the summer, all right? And that not everybody was on the same page. Had that same feeling around Paratici, Nedved, Agnelli with coaching changes and everything back in 2019. Well, I'm hearing that those guys have now been convinced by Max. Now they are fully backing him. There is no more confusion at the back. Juventus is ready to move forward with Allegri, and they will be offering him a contract extension. That's what I heard, all right? And the 2 main reasons are because of the results so far and the finances. It all comes down to if he is willing to take a lower wage, but apparently Juve will be offering that to him. That's what I'm hearing. Take it with a grain of salt. Let's see what goes down, everybody. And now as far as Allegri goes, big one today as we hit the 1st of February's 4 fixtures, okay? We got a big one coming up with Inter. Rabiot returned to full training. He is expected to start. Chiesa went through full training, but that's apparently the only question mark on the lineup is if Allegri is going to start Yildiz or Chiesa. Who do you believe is going to start? Who do you want to start? Let me know in the comment section. And we have our February fixtures again, kicking off with Inter. Then we were at home to Udinese, then away to Verona, and at home to Frosinone. How many points do you think Juve comes out of February with? Hit me in the comments with what you think, and I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video leading up to this big Derby d'Italia, where I will be live again with the crew, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then bringing you a huge live watch along to sharing the reactions on a massive Derby d'Italia, all right? So again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's mix it up in the comments. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus.